What's up, y'all? It's Customized Key. If you're new to my channel, welcome. How are you? If you're not new to my channel, what's up? Welcome back. Today we talking about refund checks. You know that baller money. You know that. Thank you. I need that. Run a check. You mean me? Today we talking about refund checks, so let's get right into it. Those of you who don't know, a refund check is essentially money that you get back from your financial aid after all of your tuition and fees are paid for, right? So some people don't get refund checks at all because they may be paying out of pocket. They may not have enough financial aid to get a refund. You know, they might get a refund, but it's very small. I'll address all of those things, but essentially, let's say you have your financial aid comes in. Let's say that your financial aid comes in and it takes care of your tuition and fees and all that things, and it comes out to about $3,000. Now let's say you got financial aid and your financial aid that came in was $7,000. There are a few things that can happen. So that $3,000 that your cost and fees will be taken out of that $7,000 that you were allowed for that semester that came in. So that $4,000 difference is what you would get back in a refund check, right? So that's the example and scenario that we're going to work with for the majority of this video. Now, let's say I get this $4,000. I'm like, oh, I got 4 bands. What I'm finna do? The first thing that I suggest to be done in the event that this is similar to your situation, if I'm living in an apartment, I'm definitely going to, number one, absolutely pay up my rent. Now, most apartment complexes, they allow you to pay up your rent ahead of time. And they usually require you to do it in like the form of a money order or a cashier's check or something like that. I find it that money orders are a lot simpler to get. Do not go to your banking institution to get a money order. They will charge you like $6, $12, something ridiculous like that. I usually will get my money orders from like Speedway or, you know, some like type of check cashing place. Usually it's like $1.59 or something like that. So it's really not that expensive. In the event that your apartment complex does not allow you to pay in advance, what you can do is you can still go get those money orders and then just hold on to them and then turn them in early when the rent is due. The next thing I would do with this $4,000, depending on how much I have left, I would pay my phone bill up. I would definitely pay my phone bill up. Only because keeping your phone on and keeping a roof over your head, I feel like those are two of the most important things that you could even do. I would buy my books because I didn't want to have that stress on me. My freshman year, that was one thing that really caused me a lot of headache. I didn't have money for books. And on top of having to pay out of pocket for school, it was a hard time. So definitely go buy your books, go pay for them, rent them, get them used, borrow them from a classmate, something. But please, please, please make sure that you have your book. And then depending on how much you have left, I will also pay up my utilities or set money aside to that if my utilities are being split amongst other people. Utilities being light, gas, electric, internet, if I had to pay for that. Most apartment complexes and on college campuses, they provide internet, so you don't have to pay for that. They provide things like cable. You usually have to pay for like electric and heat sometimes. Sometimes you just have to pay electric because the heat is included in that. So definitely look into all of those things. Now in the event that my refund was bigger than that, depending on how much my rent was, I would pay my rent. I would pay my utilities. I would pay my rent. I would pay my phone bill up. I would set money aside for my utilities. I would save at least $100. At least $100, because you never know when you're gonna need that. You never know when it's gonna come in handy. And then in the event that I still have money left over, I would treat myself with one thing. So that treat could be something like a pair of shoes. That treat could be like, you know, a nice jacket, a nice coat. It might be a down payment on a trip. And that's another thing. A lot of people use their refund money to pay up rent and to also pay on trips that they want to go on. So like for the fall semester, you would pay up your rent like a good 5 or 6 months ahead. From my spring refund, I would usually pay up the remainder of my rent, and then I will put some money on my spring break trip because that was that same semester. I'm Customized Key, and thanks for tuning in with me. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Comment, rate, and subscribe. Please share this with your friends and send it to anybody who you know that may be going away to school that needs to hear this. I love y'all. Please take care, and I will catch y'all on the flip side. Oh yes, booyah!